Hey there, my name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. In this video, I'm taking you on a drive beginning at the most popular attraction in the Smoky Mountains and onto a rough mountain road and into a dense mountain forest. By the end of this video, you'll know why Parsons Branch Road is the spookiest road in the Smokies. Now, everyone knows that Smoky Mountain National Park is the most visited national park in the United States, receiving more than 12 million visitors per year. Cades Cove, Tennessee is the most popular destination in the Smokies. Before the creation of Great Smoky Mountains National Park, the cove belonged to a vibrant community. These days, tourists from all over the world enjoy this broad, verdant valley surrounded by the Smoky Mountains. Visitors enjoy a one-way loop around the cove to appreciate its scenic beauty and abundant wildlife. Cades Cove feels isolated from the rest of the world. From Sugarland Visitor Center just outside Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Laurel Creek Road is the only public road that leads to the entrance of Cades Cove. Once in the cove, visitors drive Cades Cove Loop around the valley. When the loop is complete, visitors exit back onto Laurel Creek Road. Many visitors don't know that there are two other ways to exit the cove. These roads are one-way scenic and historical mountain roads. Parsons Branch Road is 200 years old, and it's the spookiest road in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. At least I think so, and I'm going to tell you all about it in this video. You're also going to learn a lot about the Smokies and enjoy some beautiful scenery. As always, I've left links in the description. Be sure to leave a comment as we try to respond to all comments and questions. So go ahead and click the like button, and let's get started. Parsons Branch Road isn't a secret, but it's overlooked, and it's certainly not advertised. Located at the halfway point of the Cades Cove Loop is the Cades Cove Visitor Center. It's busy all year, but during peak season, just finding a parking space can be a nightmare. Still, for a National Park Visitor Center, it's really nice. You can purchase souvenirs, drinks and snacks, t-shirts and books. The park rangers are always friendly, and there are activities for the whole family. The restrooms are usually clean, and the facilities are enough to accommodate the summer crowds. It's when leaving the Visitor Center that you might notice the sign that says Forge Creek Road and Parsons Branch Road. This is the only park advertising Parsons Branch Road gets. Despite this bizarre sign, millions of people who love Cades Cove don't know about Parsons Branch Road. Now, that's not necessarily spooky, but it is strange. In fact, let's do an experiment. If you've been to Cades Cove, do you know about Parsons Branch Road? And of course, let us know in the comments. But maybe it's more helpful to leave a comment if you've been to Cades Cove, and this video is the first time you've heard of Parsons Branch Road. Anyway, leaving the Visitor Center and past the sign, you turn onto Forge Creek Road, which leads to Parsons Branch Road. And this is really important if you're making plans to visit. Parsons Branch Road is primarily for four-wheel drive vehicles with high clearance. This mountain road weaves through lush green wild forest where anything can happen. And the road also includes multiple low water crossings where streams flow across the road. As you probably guessed, this is a seasonal drive. Access to Parsons Branch Road begins in April and lasts until mid-November each year. Great Smoky Mountains National Park ranks 19th compared to other U.S. national parks in size. It's 816 square miles, or 525,000 acres. It's more than half the size of Rhode Island, but it might be easier to visualize the park being 54 miles long and 15 to 20 miles wide. It's the largest protected area in the eastern United States. The park has 384 miles of paved roads and 146 miles of unpaved roads. Parsons Branch Road makes up 8 miles of those unpaved roads. Only Newfound Gap Road, or 441, traverses the park. It spans 31 miles and connects Gatlinburg, Tennessee to Cherokee, North Carolina. Compared to other U.S. national parks, Great Smoky Mountains National Park has an extensive road network. There are over 800 miles of hiking trails in the Smokies. 72 miles of the most iconic features of the entire Appalachian Trail is in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Despite an extensive network of roads and hiking trails, it's argued that a large portion of the Smokies are inaccessible. And that's true. For example, most people associate Cades Cove with Gatlinburg or Townsend, Tennessee. By design, to visit Cades Cove, you must be coming from one of these two cities to access Little River Road, the only accessible road leading to Cades Cove. From Gatlinburg, it can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to arrive at the cove's entrance. This makes Cades Cove feel a lot more isolated than what it really is. In a straight line, Cades Cove is only 14 miles from Maryville, Tennessee, and only 5 miles from Townsend, Tennessee. But these aren't ordinary miles. The mountains here are rugged, and straight lines like this don't work here. Distances between locations are deceiving in these mountains. For better or for worse, access to Great Smoky Mountains National Park is controlled and limited, and it really is a lot more isolated than people think. Let me explain. Smoky Mountains National Park is often cited as the most biodiverse park in the National Park Service system. The park's biodiversity contributes to its mysterious charm. There are over 21,000 documented species of plants and animals in the park, and scientists are discovering hundreds of new species every year. They say that there might be 100,000 species still undiscovered in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. That means that most of the life here remains unseen. There is still a lot to be discovered in the Smokies. We really don't know what's around each turn, especially on a one-way mountain road like Parsons Branch. Originally, this was home of the Cherokee. Cherokee are ancient and mysterious. We know that their ancestors migrated south from the Great Lakes, settling in the southern Appalachian Mountains. The Cherokee language belongs to the Iroquois family, shared with tribes in New York, Michigan, Ontario, and Quebec, as well as parts of Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, and North Carolina. The Cherokee homelands covered western North Carolina, northwestern South Carolina, northeastern Georgia, and eastern Tennessee. Their ancestors were a part of the Pisgah phase of the South Appalachian Mississippian culture, known for building ceremonial mounds. In 1818, the first permanent European settlers arrived in Cades Cove well before the creation of Smoky Mountains National Park. The community thrived because of strong leadership, exemplified by Russell Gregory, who oversaw the construction of Parsons Branch Road in 1838. Parsons Branch Road was the first reliable route for trading goods in and out of the cove. The trailhead to Gregory Bald, a mountain named in his honor, is located on this road. But Gregory's life ended tragically, and it sounds like something from out of a movie. During the Civil War, Cades Cove, despite its isolation, was terrorized by Confederate raiders. Like most communities in the southern Appalachian Mountains, Cades Cove was known for its Union support, so they faced attacks, theft, and destruction. But in Cades Cove, there was a small group, the radical minority, that supported the Confederacy, causing tension within the families. Once again, Russell Gregory emerged as the Cove's leader and organized a militia to defend the Cove, and he had some success. But Gregory's son was a member of the radical minority, and he was a Confederate soldier, and he took part in the Confederate raids on Cades Cove. Allegedly, Russell Gregory's son betrayed his own father by providing key information to his superiors that led to his father's death. Now listen, there is so much more to this heartbreaking story, and I've left some great links in the description. One link is to a website created by a descendant of Russell Gregory. It's a great read. Heartbreaking, but a great read, and it really needs to be a movie. Post-war, Cades Cove became less violent, but turned into a haven for moonshiners, rumored to have connections with organized crime. Maybe, maybe not. But Parsons Branch Road and the surrounding mountains became a really good place to hide during Prohibition. The Cove's hidden secrets are emblematic of the shadowy, rugged terrain of the Smoky Mountains, a landscape that seems designed to guard and even create mysteries. Parsons Branch Road feels remarkably remote and isolated. Almost immediately, it feels like a world apart from the always bustling Cades Cove. Parsons Branch Road is enveloped in an almost eerie silence. The dense canopy of trees and the lack of human activity create an ethereal atmosphere where the rustling of leaves and the distant animal sounds are the only interruptions. Remember, Parsons Branch Road is a one-way exit route, only allowing travel from Cades Cove. The road is only 8 miles long. But driving on a gravel mountainous road with hairpin curves while increasing and decreasing in elevation, well, it's not like you can get up any speed. Driving 8 miles on this road might take you an hour or a lot longer. There are a lot of factors. For example, the road conditions at the time, the weather, time of year, and the time of day. There are no modern amenities along the road, no restrooms or picnic areas. This is a driving experience that harkens back to an earlier time. There are many shallow crossings that are unpredictable. We're here right after a summer storm. The runoff from the surrounding mountains have turned the creek water chocolate in color, and it's moving fast. But trust me, this is nothing. During real bad storms, water seems to flow onto the road from every direction. It can terrify even the most experienced drivers. But once on this road, there's no turning back. It's one way. And driving back here, I'm reminded that thousands of people for the past 200 years report seeing strange lights through the woods and in the sky, right here on Parsons Branch Road and other places in the Smokies. When it comes to Bigfoot sightings, ghosts, and UFOs, I'm not here to prove or disprove any of that. But what can't be denied are the disappearances. There's also a feeling of being watched here. Rumor has it that the Park Service has thousands of surveillance cameras all over Cades Cove and hundreds of surveillance cameras on Parsons Branch Road. Why? Maybe it's because there are a lot of things said about the Smoky Mountains that blur the line between myth and reality. One thing is for sure, whether you believe it or not, this road leads to a dangerous, infamous dragon. A dragon that's known all over the world. Last year, Carolyn and I made a video about the Tail of the Dragon, an 11-mile road internationally famous for motorcycle and sports car enthusiasts. A road that earned its name because its curves resemble a dragon's tail. Parsons Branch Road leads to the Tail of the Dragon, or 129. There's a tab in the right corner of your screen now if you want to check that video out. It's pretty interesting. But leaving Parsons Branch is not a moment too soon, because Parsons Branch Road gives me the willies. If you've taken a drive down Parsons Branch Road, let me know in the comments and share your story. Now, if you're a Cades Cove enthusiast, you might be asking about the other exit route out of Cades Cove called Rich Mountain Road. And you might be asking, hey Bill, why aren't you talking about Rich Mountain Road in this video? Well, because it's boring. No, seriously, it's boring. I mean, at least Parsons Branch Road is spooky. I mean, it gives it something interesting to talk about. But Rich Mountain Road, it's just boring. There's one decent overlook and nothing else to write home about. Don't get me wrong, I love mountain roads like this, but I don't have much to say about Rich Mountain Road. If you know a lot about Rich Mountain Road and you want to set the record straight, share your information in the comments. I'd love to hear all about it. Change my mind. I want to thank you so much for watching. Here are some other videos I know you'll enjoy. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. My name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life.